The mind is a powerful force that can make innovative discoveries, realize amazing ideas, but it can also lead us astray into complete darkness. The mind does not see any difference between cognition and knowledge. When we are bored, it means that the mind needs new stimulants. It is hungry and requires food. In addition, it cannot sit still for long. It does not take long to see intrigues and generate ambitions. The mind is insatiable. Once the mind is touched by acquired knowledge, it feels more important and gains greater self-confidence. It has long convinced us that knowledge and skills are equal to our personal development and growth. In fact, the egocentric mind is growing and expanding. Educational institutions clog the mind like a chip. The mind, busy with processing a huge amount of information, is no longer capable. Moreover, it suppresses and stops the natural, instinctive, also sexual development of the personality. Competition and stress are also additional suppressors. A doctor of theology or philosophy is not really a philosopher. He is a doctor of sciences, a circular ego, a walking encyclopedia. He shares knowledge that isn't his own. Maybe he has the talent to critically sort the knowledge and presents it attractively. But a wise man says only what he knows exactly, what he has lived and experienced himself. The mind does not have the ability to love, but it is a good parody actor. It will convince us that it loves and will definitely demand something in return. We all know that legendary, exalted, sung, unconditional love of one's own. However, there is one almost invisible condition: one's own. Through this seemingly completely insignificant concept, mine, the mind has completely taken over the whole world. When the self-mine is removed, all unconditionality collapses like a house of cards. Behind such love, intentions that have nothing to do with love are hidden. My family, my work, my house and my things, my self-image and my life, my land and my state. And where are my opinions, beliefs, and knowledge? The mind perceives opposing beliefs as a threat and therefore prepares for a fight. My hobbies and whims. The mind experiences the loss of each of mine as the loss of a body part, and often such a loss means death for it.
The mind daily deepens the abyss between the things it adores and the things it hates. It is morbidly afraid of all the constructs created by those who have freed themselves from it. Therefore, it stones them or crucifies them. It builds ideologies and religions on their corpses. The mind cannot remember anything that it has not been recorded or that is outside its boundaries, for example, early childhood or even earlier. However, it is characterized by incredible rationality, so it fills all the empty spaces and everything it cannot understand with interpretations and logically sequenced conclusions. The conclusions crystallize and turn into indisputable truths. A painfully cracked mind rushes to patch up the cracks that have appeared. It will not allow us to look through the cracks. To tidy up the mess it has created itself, the mind often enlists the help of a mind that is just as stuffed with knowledge and methods. It adores all those 7 quick ways to and steps to. Success and happiness are synonymous with the mind. Control. This is the mind's favorite tool. The mind's incessant need to control everything: the future, nature, other minds, and even its own created mechanisms of thinking and emotions. The mind is expansive. When it overflows, it rushes in all directions, seeking to take over other minds. All means are suitable, from gently suggestive, educational, academic, to coercive or even military. Opposites are necessary for the growth of the mind. A policeman and a criminal need each other like air. The system of position-opposition creates politicians. Confrontation produces patriots, exactly the same as on the other side of the barricade. God cannot exist without devil, just as evil cannot exist without good. It is not justice what is important to a lawyer or a prosecutor. Constant struggle is an element of the mind. Order and justice are another resounding slogan created by the mind. An exhausted mind by struggle feels great in a well-groomed, conveniently planned park or garden of regular shapes because it was designed by the same mind. It cannot tolerate the chaos and disorder prevailing in nature. How can it not see a certain order in that chaos necessary for life to flourish? The mind builds endless dams and exploits our vital current for its own needs. Systemic mind limits our spontaneous growth. The mind always goes against nature and evolution. Even when he proclaims himself a lover of nature, he lies calling the progress of civilization the pinnacle of evolution. His entire relationship with nature is based on utility. In the same way, the mind replaces all our natural relations with social pseudo-relations, which it controls through rules, moral norms, or legal acts.
The mind is like a large or small windowless cell. It describes its size by some coefficient of its derivation. Of course, more expensive things can be crammed into a larger room. Design, artificial lighting, a painting on the wall, a tree in a painting. The painting is very expensive because it was painted by some special mind. The tree itself is almost worthless. It is just firewood. Look at how elaborate the frame is. The mind loves frames very much. Often the frame is no less expensive than the painting itself. The mind creates its own reality within that windowless cell. Liberation begins when we stop identifying ourselves with our mind. Of course, the mind does not just let go. Fighting it is pointless. Ignoring it is also accepted by the mind as resistance. Denying it means death to it. So it sets up ambushes, attacks from behind, scares and threatens, or entices and bribes, especially when we are left completely alone in the middle of a desert. Temptations in the desert. And if, despite all the patronizing efforts of the world ruled by reason to return us to a normal state, we manage to cross the desert, a world unknown to the mind opens up before us. Here, everything breathes and shines with life, even the stones. Here, we hear the grass growing, and we grow along with it. We hear a gurgling river, or maybe that is blood in our veins. It doesn't matter. Everything around us is a part of us, without the need to appropriate it. And although we still hear the dull echo of reason, it no longer has the power to stop our growth. All plans, projects, all concepts recede and disappear along with reason, even the concept of non-violence. Time shrinks along with its creator. Only the present, permeated with eternity, remains. Here we have not the slightest idea of what will happen tomorrow, but we know exactly what to do now. With every step, new ideas, new thoughts open up before us. From now on, they serve us. Every cell, every atom reveals our knowledge to us. Knowledge manifests itself as long-dormant instincts. Endless knowledge. Spontaneity is a constant companion here, and it is not like the mental instability of the mind. All the fragments of a world full of ambitions no longer hurt us. There is nothing here to hurt.
Finally, we can remember everything. Remember that we were never born. We will never die.